Mr. Williams' Laborhood, Heidi-ho, neighbors of labor. Let's see what kind of juice we can squeeze out of this beetle. Alright, so Lauren Boebert did have a meeting over there in what they call the Situation Room. And looks like Lauren Boebert came out with the talking points. I cannot tell if she's really going hardcore from memory, like has the main points memorized and she's gonna spit them to the best of her Boebert-ility. Or maybe she has one of those, what is it, like a little teleprompter for your smart device that some folks use for reading out video essays and whatnot. I can't tell. Because even the way she delivers some of these lines, she kind of sounds like when I come across some guys, you know, they have trouble reading out loud, which is more of a Western culture, America, capitalism thing. But that's what she comes across like. All right, let's see what she came out of that Situation Room with. Ready to say.
Well, America, today the House passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. This bill is a long overdue disinfectant for the swamp's darkest corners.
All right, make sure to get the word swamp in there. That's good branding on brand. All right, so far she's doing the job the way it's supposed to be done. Definitely on the clock.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't just traffic in underage girls. He trafficked in power. And it's time we expose every name, every flight log, and the nefarious details hidden within those files.
I like that she knows the word nefarious. That's good for her.
In fact, I think we should start with Epstein's favorite frequent flyer, former President Bill Clinton.
There you go. Now, the projectionism is always fantastic, right? Because why do they go with Bill Clinton's name? Because they think that anybody who doesn't vote Republican must love the Democratic candidate the way they love the Republican candidate. We've been clowning and dissing Bill Clinton. Come on, man. Like, you can go all the way back to the mid-90s with the Master P TRU album, the record called Why You Living That Life. Nobody was feeling Clinton.
Who took some 26 rides on the Lolita Express.
Yes, he did.
That's a Sky Miles account with a very questionable rewards program. Fly 25 times, get the 26th trip free, maybe a complimentary cigar. And of course, let's not forget some of the infamous artwork in Epstein's Manhattan mansion.
Is that her theater kid voice? Was that her theater kid voice? What was it? The infamous artwork.
Of course, let's not forget some of the infamous artwork.
That's her theater kid voice. I like that shit. Okay. It's almost like Sarah Palin inadvertently passed the torch. Like she is really filling the Palin shoes.
In Epstein's Manhattan mansion, nothing screams, I did not have sexual relations with that man, like commissioning your own drag queen portrait.
That, with the current, hubbub, the hubbubba, if you will, going on around Donald Trump's name, that was the worst way she could have worded that. Hold on. How did she word that while there's all this hubbubba around Trump's name right now?
Artwork in Epstein's Manhattan mansion. Nothing screams, I did not have sexual relations with that man.
Okay, so nothing screams, I did not have sexual relations with that man. Like what?
Like commissioning your own drag queen portrait for a pedophile's art collection.
Was that? She's not smart enough to know that she just did that. That's outstanding. This is Western culture. Western culture in and of itself is the Dunning-Kruger effect.
I guess when you're done staining one blue dress, you just commission another one for the wall.
Okay, that's her stand-up. That right there, she's working on a Type 5. You get a couple more of those together, she can hit the, the Comedy Cellar and all of these hot spots.
And then today, right here in the House of Representatives, we are debating Democrat Delegate Stacey Plaskett, who sits on the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. One of the most...
The Permanent what committee? Select Committee?
sits on the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, one of the most sensitive posts in Congress. Members of that committee are supposed to be held to the highest standards of integrity, independence, and protection of our nation's classified.
Okay, now now the theater kid has switched to her angry voice. I couldn't really tell because it's not very convincing, but right there, now she's supposed to sound mad, right? So she reeled you in with her theater kid voice and her Freudian slip on the hubbubba going around Trump's name. Now she's bringing you into the angry part. This is good. This is like Act 2 of this film.
Independence and protection of our nation's classified information. However, while she was sitting in on an oversight committee hearing in 2019, Stacey Plaskett was texting convicted felon Jeffrey Epstein in real time, getting live coaching, telling her when to smile, when to chew gum, and feeding her lines while she questioned a witness. Being a puppet of Jeffrey Epstein should disqualify anyone from holding a security clearance.
I haven't seen the Stacey Plaskett clip, but it does appear that I went over and logged into the Twitter account from the old Phoenix and Williams show podcast and looked at the Republicans, and they seem to have their little list of Democratic names and the obsession with making it partisan, but that's also just business, right? That's the brand. Always partisan, always attacking the opposition.
Much less a seat on the Intelligence Committee. Now, I know the left loves to drag President Trump's name into this mud, but let's set the record straight here. Epstein tried desperately to implicate President Trump, but this is a desperate smear straight from the playbook of a dead predator looking to...
The left tries to drag Trump's name in it. No, we don't. Trump's the one that took all the pictures with Epstein, the video clip where he's kicking it with Epstein. He's the one who had wrote the note and drew the picture and then put the signature where maybe pubic hair would be, depending on assumed age. No. He's already there. No one needs to drag his name into anything.
Implicate President Trump, but this is a desperate smear straight from the playbook of a dead predator looking to drag down the man who banned him from Mar-a-Lago years ago.
A dead predator looking to drag down the man who banned him. I didn't know you could do that when you were dead. Lauren Boebert may be one of my favorite public intellectuals, frankly. You can't beat that. That is top shelf. I want to hear it again.
Straight from the playbook of a dead predator looking to drag down the man who banned him from Mar-a-Lago years ago.
That's rowdy. That's rowdy. Epstein, that's a vengeful pedophile right there. The casket will not stop him.
Trump cut ties when he saw the rot, and exhaustive investigations have cleared him of any wrongdoing. There
you go. Take a breath. Take a breath. I understand. You're doing your angry voice right now. We're in Act 3 of this film. We're in Act 3. Are you gonna bring it back around? How does she flip it for Act 3?
Democrats have tried to stop President Trump every single step of the way.
Yes.
If they had the ammo they're suggesting, they would have released it during his 3 successful campaigns for president.
I like that. 3 successful campaigns for president. That's why I don't know if she's a lower level reader and she's trying to follow a teleprompter, or she's just like, I got the lines memorized, boss. I know the punchlines to hit and I'll put all the filler in. Like that one. So also in that line, she's denying the results of the 2020 election. Because it was what campaigns?
Had the ammo they're suggesting, they would have released it during his 3 successful campaigns for president.
Successful campaigns for president. She's like when a little toddler is shitting themselves. Like she did that. The three Jesus campaign for president, big dog.
If they had the ammo they're suggesting, they would have released it during his 3 successful campaigns for president.
Okay. So, I'm guessing the 2021 was also successful then, right? Slipping that in as well. I don't know if that was dictated or read.
Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and right now, this town reeks of Lolita Express jet fuel.
Okay, there you go. Remember, notice how she is smiling to herself as she is proud that she's nailing the lines. I remember when I was in my 20s, this was a joke that stand-up comedian and impressionist Frank Caliendo had about George Walker Bush during his presidential run that kind of started with 9/11. Where it was like when he nails a sentence, he starts to make his eyebrows jump up and down because he's proud of himself because he got it. Like, look at the sort of grin she can't hide because the theater kid is nailing the lines right now.
Campaigns for president. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. And
It
right
is.
now, this town reeks of Lolita Express jet fuel.
All right. Got that. Lolita Express jet fuel. It is. I will acknowledge that it is relatively sad that this grown-ass adult that has offspring, one of whom is an Epstein file himself, she's so childlike. And the cold shit is, this is what patriarchy wants. Patriarchy wants stupid-ass, childlike women. It's gruff. It's gruff. But the theater kid has 10 more seconds.
We need to continue this investigation, release the files, and the truth shall set us free.
I like it. And then the little shoulder bounce. I hit my line. Boom.
Shall set us free.
Hit the little shoulder bounce. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I swear, like, that was like how my niece, like, did a bounce when I gave her the Black & Decker hand drill so she could put up her own, clothes hanging rod in her closet. And she did, and she got zoop, 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 and then did like a little, excitement. I nailed it. Except Boebert is older. Yeah, man. So, yes, Lauren Boebert went in that situation room. She got her lines. She came out. She did a pretty good Boebertarian job. You can't front. All right. Good job, kid. I think that you have just moved the Overton window in ways unimagined. You're a genius.